Hello, hello, hello. I'm Kellyanne. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here for a while. It is Monday, March 16th. Guys, I know it's been like 3 weeks, but I've had a couple of really busy weekends, And I've actually already recorded this like twice, but my first package of Nashville stuff was gonna get here today. And also I think I just rambled on way too much on the other one. So re-recording it while my dinner is cooking. So I also have a little bit of a timeline, but let's see, updates. Last couple of weeks, I don't know, there was like a whole week and a half. It's been a hot minute since I've sewn. And I was out most of the week before last because I was on a trip, which I injured myself on. If you follow me on Instagram, every couple of days I post an update to my leg. Like the whole bottom half of my leg is basically a bruise on my right leg. Weekend before last, I went to the Fort Worth Stockyards with a group of friends, and I fell on like a staircase, the top step. I fell significantly taller than all the other ones, and I just plumb missed it and came down real fast and real hard. Like even my friends had no clue what was happening. Even the like ones behind me, they were like, you were there and then you weren't. Bad. And then the next day, a hay bale hit it in the exact same spot. So it's like the whole shin and wrapped around to part of the calf. Crazy. Actually crazy. But I have in the last, so I was out of town, and then this last weekend I was like, oh, I might as well wait until those two charts come in. So I'm going to show you my haul first, and then I'll show you the 3 cross stitches that I have put some stitches in the last 3 weeks. Okay. All right. So, oh, I did get a sewing pattern too. It's right here. Come loose. Okay. So I have a couple of the Funky Friends factory patterns. It's these guys, but this is my newest one. So, she has 2 other cat patterns. Her name is Pauline. She's a designer of Funky Friends Factory. But I made the teddy bear. I have the original cat pattern, which is Patches, the pussy cat. Adel, do you want to come say hi? Come here, buddy. You want to come say hi? Maybe Adel will come say hi to you guys. He's watching me from the door. Come here. You want to come say hi? No, you're just going to bump the tripod. Okay. Anyways, I have the original cat, but a couple months ago, she put out Socks, the sitting cat. I really, really like this one better. The other one is also super cute, but I like this one better. So, they come out in PDF on her website, like immediately whenever they get released. And then a few months later, they come out in stores, paper copy. For these, I prefer the paper copy. And yeah. Anyways, the shop was having a little bit of a sale on them, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It's super cute, but she has a ton of other patterns. She has Highland cows, an axolotl, a whale, an elephant, a giraffe, a lion, cats, dogs, several different teddy bears, a moose, a frog, a monkey, a unicorn, a lamb. I think there's even a hippo. Maybe even a shark. I don't know. There's several. There's so many. She just came out with a mouse. He's super cute. But anyways, really, really liked this one and would prefer to make this one over the other one. But, okay. So there's a sewing related pattern that I bought. Oh, I had bought some labels and stuff, but I already put them away. And my friend went to QuiltCon and got me a couple of little goodies in a Ruby Star swag bag, but I've already put all of it away. So sorry about that. Okay, So I had ordered a couple of things. I had ordered a few more patterns that I had talked about in my last video that weren't here yet. So they finally came, and then I ordered one other thing, and then I have 2 of my new market ones here. My other market order has not arrived yet, or hasn't even shipped yet. So I hope that ships soon. I don't know. I've never bought from this company before, so I hope it ships soon. Anyways, the first one that I got was Plum Street Sampler's Bony Bunch. I just really liked this one. It's like Halloween vibes, but like I don't have to put the little faces on it, but it's not like too spooky ooky. And I really liked that the small one was a cat, obviously. So I wanted to have that one. This one is a Silver Creek sampler, Wreck the Halls, and it made me think of Stella. So Daniel doesn't really care about the tree. If he's feeling brave, he'll go and lay under it because it's on a table. Adel likes to go play with it on the bottom of the tree, but Stella literally attempts to get vertically inside of the tree. So the cat as charted in this pattern looks more like Daniel, but I would probably change the colors to look more like Stella, but it's really cute. It says Wreck the Halls. So this one will be getting started in July for Christmas in July stitching. So, and then I got 2 of the Animal Cracker series from Stacey Nash, but this is the Crumb series. So I like several of her animal crackers. Will I ever probably make them? Probably not, but these little crackers were super cute, or crumbs. Animal cracker crumbs. There we go. So I got Quincy, which is the owl head. And I thought he would be really fun to like make my dad, and it can like go on a cabinet or something, like hang from a cabinet, or I don't know. He can figure that out. And then I also got Oliver, which is the cute little black cat head. So anyways, I've liked those for a while, so I went ahead and got them. They were on sale, so why not? Okay, I also got this kit, a heartstring samplery kit. It has the called for fabric, has this had to have been from either a retreat, like a themed retreat, or in one of those like subscription ones that you get like a kit every quarter or something. Not too sure, but it has the fabric to stitch it on. It has a thread drop. It has a scissor fob. It has the Lady Dot creates accoutrements for decorating, and it even has the fabric to make it into the pillow, which I'm pretty sure is Tilda fabric. Also has all of the Weeks Dye Works and color Classic Colorworks threads, the whole kit. Okay. And it's by Heartstring Samplery. It's called Americana Mamas. I would probably not put the Americana Mamas on there. But I loved the florals around them, and I just really liked it. So I thought this one was really nice. It popped up on 1884 Stitchery, which is McKenna's site. I'm going to do a little bit of a plug for multiple reasons. Hold on, please. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a plug for 1884 Stitchery for multiple reasons. One, if you haven't heard of 1884 Stitchery, which she's now on year 7, so if you haven't, I don't know how, but in case you haven't, okay, 1884 Stitchery is a lot of one-offs, okay? If she has multiples of something, it's because it came directly from a designer, it came from like an LNS that was closing. But otherwise, majority of the time, it's one-offs. It's not to say she won't ever get another one of these, but she's not going to have 2 of them at the same time. Like the next one might be in like a year or 2. Especially if it's like full kit. Now, somebody may relinquish their chart, but it won't be the kit anymore. So her business model is if you need to destash because you just have a plethora, so you want to destash, or if you need to destash because you can no longer stitch, or you don't want to stitch anymore, whatever that may be. She has information on her site of what she will and will not take. There are certain design, like pattern designers that she does not accept patterns from, things like that. But you can, anyways, has all the information. You get in touch with her, send her your stash. She offers you a lump sum for all of it. It can be fabric, it can be charts, it can be threads, it can be kits, it can be unfinished whips, it can be a lot of things. Okay. She also will buy out LNSs that went out of business, like their excess dead stock, things like that. So those are where she'll get extra, like severals of things. But the things that are always in plethora, other than unique, amazing finds, okay? Her own designs and or companies that she has taken ownership of. I know that she has Threads of Gold, Sheepish Designs, Macintosh Samplers. There's like 13 of them now. She is recharting to make really good digitized copies and bigger copies, and also will print them out and mail them to you. So the companies that she owns, you can order all the time, anytime, whatever, PDF, or she'll print it and mail you a copy. And she is working on getting all of those companies, their entire catalog history on her site. So anyways, there's always something new coming out. So you need to check her out and find that out. But another cool thing, let me just plug, this one isn't fully done yet. I need to, this is the first one. They're in like an assembly line, but we are doing bag collabs. I am making bags from vintage linens, vintage cross stitch patterns, or cross stitches, some quilts and things like that to make project bags. So they are unique. There's a few of them that are going to be 2 of a kind, but other than that, they are 1 of a kind. Very unique. Okay. So I have a couple of vintage linens finished. I've shown those before. I'm going to have a few more that I'm going to work on from that. I also have some cross stitch ones that I'm going to do, but this is like the first one closest to the end. So we're going to show you her. And like I said, I just need to put binding on the raw edges on the inside of the bag so you don't have the quilted fluff. But this quilt, I'm going to show you the inside first. This quilt was all hand quilted. All of the parasol ladies are made with vintage handkerchiefs, and there's extra embroidery stitches on them. Lace, they are absolutely stunning, but it's so much work. But this was a quilt, and we cut up the 16 parasol ladies. Every single one is different, so they look same but different. Different colors, different handkerchief patterns on their dresses, all stunning. But we're making them into project bags for you guys. So in the next month or so, McKenna will have some of these in her possession, and they will also be on her site. So anyways, I get to show you one of them. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? There's so much room in here. Like, there's room for days in here. It is massive. If you use wooden hoops, spring tension, if you use the square ones made from PVC, I forget what they're called. Snap frames? I don't know. Anyways, and to boot, they're perfect size for like these half size patterns. But I mean, look, so much room for activities. That's some muslin for the bags, and it's trying to attack me. But these will also fit a full size pattern. Okay, full size. This is a quilting pattern, but this is a full size sheet of paper and multi pages Full size. Full size. You can fit all the things in these ones for sure. Hands down. But the fun thing is they're all made with these vintage hankies, added on lace, added on hand stitching, hand quilted. I think these are some of my favorites. So there are only 16 ladies. And unless we found another quilt with ladies, these are the 16 ladies. So 16 of you will have custom lady bags. Okay. So anyways, little preview, shout out of what is to come at 1884 Stitchery. I think probably like in the next month. Okay. I want to send her all the ladies and then a variety of some of the other styles. And then there's going to be there's going to be random drops. It's going to be random. There is going to be some special bags available at her Stitch Nanigans in the fall. But we're not going to talk about those. Those are going to be a surprise for the people at Stitch Nanigans. So I'm not going to give previews unless she tells me to give previews. But those are going to be a surprise for the Stitch Nanigan folks. And if there are any left, they will probably show up on her website. But anyways. All right, final two haul. These are new releases from Nashville Needle Market. I got these from Needle Case Goodies 2 on Etsy. So I almost missed this one. This was like a little bit later of an ad, and I'm so thankful that she got this one. It is so stinking cute. I guess there was like several of the designers did like a small that was like themed, and this one is called Beneath the Waves, and it's by Ink Circles, and it's called Gone Fishing. But it is a little kitty cat scuba diving. It is so stinking cute. But yeah, I guess every year they now do like a challenge or something. I remember that from a couple years ago, but I didn't know if they were still doing it. And then I saw a couple of them all had this, but it was different designers. And none of them really tickled my fancy until I saw this one. And I was like, oh, yeah, I need that. I need to have that. So, and also, ooh, is that nearby? Is it still nearish? Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Okay. This is a bigger piece though, so maybe this won't look the best, but could you imagine? So I was going to stop doing this Barber Anna, but because it's so small, I might be able to take like this chunk and just cut off the rest of this. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine this guy on here? And like stitching the little, like the bottom, like about here. Okay. All right. I didn't think I was going to find another use for this printed on fabric, but apparently I did. So, I think I'm going to have to kit this. And look, it looks like Stella scuba diving. Okay. And then speaking of cats, obviously the Primitive Hare came out with Cat Queen of the Needles. Yes, please. Yes, please. So the front and back of the needle book is the Queen of the Cats, and then there's more cats. I absolutely love this. And it says Queen of the Cats, and then on the inside you have it says it's needles, and then it has like the different sizes. And then okay, so this one has little paw prints, this one has a crown, and this one has a fish wearing a crown, fish bones wearing a crown, which that is pretty comical. I absolutely love this. There's more photos on the back. Is there like any somewhat, there's no like somewhat story of this, but this also, it's like old school freaking pattern, but I love this so much. This is amazing. I absolutely love this. Okay. So that's my haul. I think I need a new start soon. What does anyone think? I absolutely love this. Although I really want to figure out, I need to like take my time and figure out how to make this one look like a Stella cat, because Stella is the queen of this house, not a Siamese. I love Siamese though, they're beautiful, but I need a Stella to be the queen, not a Siamese. Okay, so I was hoping to work on my March 17th, St. Patty's Day pieces, and I got them out, and I did a little bit. I stitched from like here down and then from like here over in the yellow. There's still so much to go for this, but I only got to work on it for like 2, maybe 3 days before I went out of town. And then I injured myself, and yeah, I just didn't feel like working on anything while like the first week that I was injured. I think I attempted towards the end of the week, but towards the end of the week, I had already started a new start, which is going to be my focus piece until it is done, truthfully. Okay, semi-lie. We might start a group stitch this weekend, but I'll get to that in a second. But before I worked on that, so my last video, I worked on this a little bit longer. So it still says Peace, Love, Tit. I think I'm going to leave that until like all this side is done, because I just think it's funny at this point. But I got the hoop in, I started the landmass, and I got the outline of the dove. This is the Silver Creek Sampler Peace, Love stitch. And it's on 32 count Lugana doubloon from Picture This Plus. The leprechaun pattern is, oh my gosh. Okay, let me show this one really fast. This is what it looks like at the end. And then I'm like all scattered because I can also smell my dinner, so I know it's getting time. But it's Brenda Gervais, Oh Lucky Day. I know that it's a 32 count linen, but I dyed it myself and I have no other information about it. It's from a fabric that some of the ladies in my quilt guild gave me, and I over dyed it, and I just like how it came out, but had no identifier really on it. So actually it may be a 28 count. Yeah, I think it's a 28 count actually. Okay, my new start is the Plum Street Samplers Corgi Caboodle. So I think I talked about this whenever I got the pattern, but my uncle has corgis, and his little female Pixie, she passed away either 2 or 3 years ago, and his male corgi Stig passed away, I don't know, in the last half of 2025. Somewhere between October and December. I just can't remember. He had been on a wait list for a corgi puppy with the breeder that he uses for a little boy, and he's still on a wait list for a little girl. Well, him and his wife got their newest corgi puppy a few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. Because they went and picked him up the afternoon after her first chemo treatment for breast cancer. So I already wanted to stitch this for them. Like, whenever this came out a couple years ago, I was like, oh, that'd be really good. It came out in 2022. Because I've still stayed following the designers that I like love the most. And so I like had like running wish lists in my brains. So I knew that I wanted to eventually get this and stitch this for him because of his love for corgis. But this just seems like the perfect time. They just got a new corgi puppy. This looks like Pixie. This looks like Stig. And all the pink flowers, I don't know. Pink, breast cancer. So I'm focusing on it because I want to just get it. I want to just stitch it and get it done and give it to them as a gift when Raina finishes her treatments. They're every 2 weeks and she has only 2 left. So like in the next month. And so I'm stitching this on a scrap piece of 32 count Lugana. Picture this plus. I want to say it's moss. It's all the called for colors. I did change like a few, but it's like I'm like doubling up a color. And then for like the green, you can't tell by the pattern, but there's 2 different greens in here. You cannot tell. So I'm just using a variegated that goes from light to dark. So that way it gives a lot of really nice like depth and variation. But this is how much I've gotten done on it so far. I've only worked on it 3 lunch breaks so far. And I'm probably going to work on it a little bit tonight. I really genuinely, I want to focus on this one. I want to get this one done, frame it up really cute and gift it to them the next time I see them. Or if it's going to be a while till the next time I see them, I'm going to mail it to them. So that's basically the update. Yeah, I have bags to work on. And then this weekend, super exciting. Like I said, might have a new start. And I'll work on it. I'll work on that this weekend and then give it up until I'm done with the corgis. But might be stitching a trio stitch because Tiffany, Tiffin Stitches, she's on Instagram as Tiffin Stitches, and she also has a YouTube. She hasn't stitched as much the last few years, but she is getting a little bit back into it. But she now mostly knits and makes really awesome sweaters. So if you don't follow her, you should. But she doesn't live that far from me. I've been friends with her for several years. And anyways, she met McKenna in person 2 years ago whenever McKenna came for my birthday in 2024. And yeah, Tiffany got some tickets to the rodeo this upcoming weekend and invited myself, like her best friend, and also McKenna if she wanted to fly in for it. And McKenna said sure. So we're going to go to the rodeo. We're also going to go antiquing, thrifting, and stitch together. And so we might see about doing like the same stitch. Will be really fun to like commemorate the trip. So yeah, that'll be really fun. But anyways, that's basically this video. And let me know what you guys are stitching. Let me know your thoughts on anything, your excitement for the bags. Yeah, anything, let me know in the comments down below. I love interacting with you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.